What is political obligation? Political obligation refers to the moral duty or responsibility that individuals have to obey the laws and support the institutions of their political community, such as the government. It's the idea that citizens have an obligation to follow the laws and fulfill their civic duties, even if they disagree with certain policies or decisions. Theories of political obligation. Number 1. Natural law theory. This theory posits that political obligation arises from natural law principles, which dictate that certain moral principles are inherent in human nature. Individuals have an obligation to obey just laws that align with natural law principles, regardless of whether they are enforced by the state. Number 2. Social contract theory. Social contract theorists, such as Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau, argue that political obligation arises from an implicit agreement among individuals to form a society and establish a government to secure their collective interests and protect their rights. By entering into this social contract, individuals consent to obeying the laws and authority of the state. Take out some time to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Number 3. Benefit theory. According to this theory, individuals have a moral obligation to support the political community and obey its laws because they benefit from the stability, security, and services provided by the government. In essence, citizens owe allegiance to the state in exchange for the benefits it provides. Number 4. Fair play theory. This theory suggests that political obligation arises from a sense of fairness or reciprocity. By benefiting from the social and economic advantages of living in a political community, individuals incur an obligation to contribute to the maintenance of that community by obeying its laws and fulfilling their civic duties. Number 5. Theory of coercion. The theory of coercion in political obligation challenges the traditional notions of consent and voluntary obligation, suggesting that the authority of the state is ultimately rooted in coercion rather than consent. This perspective argues that individuals obey the laws and support the institutions of the state not out of a sense of moral duty or voluntary agreement, but rather because they are compelled to do so through the threat of force or punishment. Key points of the theory of coercion in political obligation include: Number 1. Power dynamics. Proponents of this theory emphasize the asymmetrical power dynamics inherent in the relationship between the state and its citizens. The state possesses the monopoly on legitimate coercion, enabling it to enforce compliance with its laws and policies through the threat of sanctions, including fines, imprisonment, or even violence. Number 2. Lack of genuine consent. Unlike social contract or consent-based theories, which posit that individuals voluntarily consent to political authority, the coercion theory suggests that genuine consent is often absent. Individuals may comply with the demands of the state not because they freely choose to do so, but rather because they fear the consequences of noncompliance. Number 3. Critique of legitimacy. Critics of the coercion theory argue that it raises fundamental questions about the legitimacy of political authority. If obedience to the state is primarily based on coercion rather than consent, it calls into question the moral authority and legitimacy of governmental institutions and the laws they enforce. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.